If you're struggling with the whole concept of letting go, then this one's for you. I was asked by multiple people to explain how to detach when you're supposed to be focused on what you want, how to let go when what you want is really important to you. And I used to struggle with the same thing until I learned about the law of polarity. So when we're talking about detaching and letting go, what we're talking about is this end of the polarization, right? This is what we want to let go of. What we don't want to do is to let go of our desires, because our desires, as I explained in last month's workshop, are gifted to us from God's source universe, the all, our highest self, as a way of consciousness experiencing itself, as a way of expanding into all it can be. And it expands through us. So we don't want to get rid of our desires. We don't want to diminish what we want. What we want to do, though, is to diminish our attachment to it, our need to it. Because if we are attached, then we are also in scarcity. We're in a state of lack. As you can see here, needing and having are on the same pole. They're the same in nature, just different in degree. The same goes for attachment and detachment, scarcity and abundance, lack and plenty. So along with our desires come the seed of the undesired along unconscious lines. So what we get to do then is to appreciate that all of this exists, but choose the end of the stick that we want to grab a hold of. We want to lessen the importance that we place on things, because the amount of importance we place this end is equal to the amount of importance we place on this end, right? So just check in with yourself. Do you know that you have the thing already, the thing that you want, the money, the love, the relationship, the career? Do you know in your bones that it is already yours? Because if you do, then that means that you are that little blob there. Yeah? You are the magnet. If, however, you are noticing that along with your desire for the money, you're also falling into lack, then you have just slid yourself down this pole over to here. Yeah? So where are you choosing to be? What are you choosing to focus on? If you are attached to the timing, if you are attached to the how, then you are closing off the opportunities that are available to you that you haven't even thought of yet. So when you can detach from all of that, when you can detach from how things come to you, when things come to you, but you just live in this state of knowing that they are already yours, then you'll just slide back up. You'll slide back up. Yeah? And one of the ways that you do that is by your reaction to things. Yeah, if you're being in this state of knowing that you are abundant, of knowing that you are rich, of knowing that you have the money, but then a bill comes and you're instantly in a state of lack, saying, oh my God, how am I going to get this? Where is this coming from? You know that you've slid down into this undesired end. Yes. And you are making the unconscious conscious, because that's where you're putting your focus. So to let go, that bill comes in and you go, okay, yeah, no, I'm not even accepting that not paying this bill is even a possibility, because I know that I have plenty. I know that the money is coming. I know that I have always paid my bill. Therefore, I can let go of the attachment of having to find the money to pay the bill. I can allow myself to just go with the flow, to follow my intuition, because I know that the money is here. And detachment doesn't mean falling into apathy. Detachment is just the confidence of knowing that it's here, and so you're not worrying about it. Apathy is a lack of enthusiasm, a lack of concern. But detachment is putting it into the hands of God's source universe, knowing that it is already yours, knowing that you wouldn't have the desire unless it was meant for you. So apathy is not caring. But detachment is caring without control. Because also what tends to happen when we find ourselves sliding from this end of the pole to this end, we try to control everything. And control is based in lack. Control is based in fear. So by letting go, we relinquish our control over the outcomes. And often what happens is then the outcomes are even better than we could have even imagined. Now, one of the ways of going from needing into having is gratitude, to just place your attention on all that you have and knowing that because you have all of this, you are abundant. You are in a higher frequency due to your gratitude and appreciation of all that you have. So we're letting go of the lack, we're letting go of the scarcity, we're letting go of the attachment, we're letting go of the needing by moving our attention from this end of the pole to that end of the pole. And when we do that, all of these are a much higher vibration than all of these, yes? So even though all of these are still existing on the unconscious lines, because one pole gives rise to the other along unconscious lines, because we are not focused on it, because we're not giving it our attention and our awareness, we allow all of what we want to come to us. I hope all of that makes sense. Like I say, I'm one of these people. I need to understand the mechanics behind things. And so this whole letting go aspect, like how do you let go when you really want something? When I understood that wanting and needing are different things, and when you can turn that needing into a wanting and then into a having, the manifestation just flows in, because you're not putting any resistance to it. But what you've got to be careful of is, because this end of the pole is often far more practiced, this is where our minds jump to. The neural pathways that we've built over all of these years are more prone to be heading to this thought process than that thought process. So we have to train our minds to make this the default, to be aware that along with this comes this, but we don't choose to appreciate that. We don't choose to attach to this side, yeah? And we do that with repetition. We do that with repetition of thought and action. We do that by knowing who we are. So if we know ourselves to be abundant, when thoughts of scarcity come in, we know that they don't belong to us, because that's not who we are now. So we can just slide our attention into the abundant version of ourselves that we know ourselves to be. How would the abundant version of me react to this bill? How would the version of me who has always had enough react to this bill? Well, they wouldn't think it was any big deal, because they would know that they've always paid their bills. They would know that money always comes. So you adopt those thoughts, and the more you adopt those thoughts, and the more you adopt the actions around those thoughts, the more you are teaching your default mode network that this is who you are. Your default mode network is that region or network of regions in your brain that is concerned with self-referential thought. It guides your unconscious behavior of how you respond to situations. The more you practice being the abundance of all that you are, the more you will naturally default to that situation. The more you will naturally detach from everything that feels so important and urgent right now. We live in a society that encourages urgency and fear and scarcity and lack. But you get to assess how urgent these things really are. When you can lessen the urgency, when you can lessen the importance, you'll also lessen the needing. You'll also lessen the attachment to having them. I hope all of that helps. And this is the work that I do with my clients in my signature programs. They are typically 6- and 7-figure business owners, entrepreneurs, and leaders in their field who know that there is more available to them that they just can't seem to get. And I also have standalone sessions for those who aren't quite at that income level yet. And of course, monthly workshops. All the links that you need are in the description. If you find yourself feeling any one of these things, what you can do is just choose a better thought. Choose a better feeling thought. Slide yourself from this end of the pole to the other end of the pole. Know that manifestation happens in the mental plane. You have to experience it mentally before it will materialize physically. So if you are mentally in a state of lack, that is what will materialize. So be mentally in a state of having. Be mentally in a state of abundance. Lean into the gratitude and appreciation of all that you have. Know that you have always had enough. You have always been enough. You've always known enough to get you to where you are now, which is alive. This is your jumping off point to your next level. And you're exactly where you need to be. But you get to choose how you're perceiving where you are. You get to choose how you're perceiving your financial situation, your relationship situation. And you get to create a new perception, a new expectation in your imagination so it materializes in your physical world. And it's all done through this law of polarity, what you're focused on. Let go of this side. Yeah. Like I say, as this side is created, as we're gifted all the desires that we have, the seeds to the undesired is also created. So where are you choosing to put your attention? Let go of the unconscious end of this stick, and it will remain unconscious. You won't need to worry about it. You won't need to think about it. Yeah. I hope all of that makes sense. And like I say, if you need personalized help with this, then please get on a call with me. I have the most fantastic conversations with the most fantastic people, and I would love to chat with you too. If you have any questions about any of this, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate comments. I read every one of them. And thank you for all the likes and shares and doing all the things. It really, really helps to get this message out. Now, you're going to find another video just there. So click on that one next. And if I don't see you on a call, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.